Please welcome our new community manager, Faith Machinga.
Hi guys, this is very weird, but I don't know what to say after Zach, but yeah, thank you so much. I'm just gonna go start. Hi, I'm Faith, as I've been introduced. This is very, very weird for me. I don't like stages, don't like speaking in front of people, but I've been put in so many opportunities like this before, so let's just do it. Thanks. What would it take for you to live in your purpose? To be all that you were born to be? Why is it that so many women give up on their dreams? For every dream, there's a price to pay. Let me tell you about my own journey. Where it all started. The year was 2015. I had a great life. Married, lived in my dream house, drove my dream car. Life was perfect from all angles, or so I thought. It was the beginning of the year. I decided to go on a 25-day fast to find my purpose. And I did. And by this time, I was more than happy to share the news with my husband. But I didn't know what his reaction would be. Perhaps he would think that I've gone crazy. Perhaps he would talk me out of it, which is what most people do when you tell them about your dreams. But I had to find the courage to share the news with him. And I felt supported. I felt that he gets me. He understands what I want to do with my life. And now I was more than ready to do whatever it takes to achieve it. The first step I took was to go back to school. By this time, I had been in IT for 10 years. I had a great career, great paycheck, but I was not satisfied because IT was never my purpose. Went back to school, full-time student, 10 years older than everyone in my class. I was so scared because I didn't have the security of my salary anymore. But I did it anyway. And then all hell broke loose. To cut the long story short, I thought I had the support that I needed, that this man was right behind me, and that all will go well. But he woke up one day and told me he wants a divorce, that this is not what he signed up for. I'm not the type of wife that he wants. He wanted a box, and I was not it. I was threatened, laughed at, and ridiculed. I was asked how many women in my culture have I seen chasing dreams and actually succeeding. That so many women my age are busy climbing the corporate ladder, and here I am chasing dreams. That I will fail, and he will make sure of it. That during the divorce, he's gonna make sure that I lose everything. I was brokenhearted, I was sad, I was angry. But I had to find the courage to go on. I had to dig down within me to find strength that I never knew existed. Because I was going through a divorce and I was studying full-time at the same time. But for the first time in my life, I was living for me. I was free. Years leading up to the divorce, because in my country it can take up to 3 years or 5 years while you're staying in the same house. I experienced domestic violence. I remember this one day, I was strangled right in front of my daughter. That is something that tore me apart and at the same time gave me the strength to keep on fighting. I couldn't stand to live with the image of my daughter, seeing her father killing her mother right in front of her. I managed to free myself and run to people that I called family at the time. And they told me not to press charges, that he is my husband and they will talk to him. I was seen as a rebel. I was not a submissive wife. I was standing up to a world that wanted to keep me quiet. I faced judgment and patriarchy even from my own friends. Those I thought were friends distanced themselves from me. It was like I have a disease, like divorce is a disease that I can just rub off other people. My family turned their backs on me because I was gonna make them look bad. But I didn't care. I didn't care much because I was standing up for myself, for what I believed in. I felt fear and self-doubt throughout my journey. I would sometimes doubt if I was doing the right thing. I hit rock bottom. Lost everything, just as my ex-husband had promised. The divorce was finally granted and he took everything from me. He had the money to pay the lawyers and I didn't. I was a full-time student, so there was no way. I accepted the loss. I told myself that life had to go with everything that came with it. I had to make up space to be reborn. Data from the Global Dreams Index survey indicates that half of the world's women population have given up on their dreams, such that they're unsatisfied with their lives. A woman is expected to play safe and not take chances. Some women are stuck in unhealthy marriages. Because of fear and loss of security. And the what people will say syndrome. Some feel stuck and they've allowed themselves to be put in a box by the patriarchal society. They're afraid of becoming all they were born to be. They don't want to rock the boat. Because of fear of rejection from their families, from their partners, and their friends. This is a story of so many people, of so many women in South Africa today. A staggering number of domestic violence cases are reported in South Africa each year. According to a study done by the World Health Organization, it was discovered that over 60,000 cases of women and children are victims of domestic violence in South Africa each year. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 women will experience physical violence from their partner at some point in their lifetime. I've always been passionate about service. I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs. Both my mother and father had their own businesses. I had never seen them go to work. I've always known my purpose has something to do with entrepreneurship, but I had no idea how this would be fulfilled. This is not something cool. This is not something that you do in my country. You don't just wake up and decide to be an entrepreneur. So to cut a long story short, after graduating with a degree in fashion and a postgraduate degree in marketing, 2017, I started my own fashion business. And thereafter, I started working with entrepreneurs, helping them build their startups. 2022, I'm working for EO, and I'm changing the lives of entrepreneurs all over the world. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Faith. Thank you for your bravery stepping on this stage, and thanks for being part of EO. Just really appreciate